All right, folks, introducing my good friend, who I just met. Now he's my good friend. This is Mr. Bill Whyte, everybody. Let's have a hand for Bill.
Yeah.
Howdy, Bill.
Randy?
Hi.
I'm good. I'm good. I will say it's weird to meet someone for the first time and give them an award all in the same night. That's kind of cool.
Well, that's what my life's all about. I just walk around and people just shower me with all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah. I'm honored to be amongst you. So far, every hit record that's been sung tonight, I've played on the radio in one state or another. Every single one of them. It's just weird to me how that is. I would like to say, too, acknowledge that Lisa Parker bought me this guitar, which is really weird. And, she's the nicest woman, you know.
It's because she likes Epiphones and not these fancy guitars you're playing.
That's it. Well, I'm going to do some silly songs here, if that's okay. That's what Jenny asked me to do, and I can get silly with the best of them. I don't have one of those songs I can roll out like Woman, Woman and have everybody sing with it. So I grew up with the Billboard Hot 100 chart, you know, and there was a section when I first started in radio, like in 1968, 1969. I'd always look at those charts, and they had a section that said bubbling under the Hot 100. Remember that, bubbling? I made a living bubbling under the Hot 100, you know, so I feel like I'm getting ready to erupt at any time now. So being on the radio, I get to, you know, I have the pleasure of all the years that I've done that, pretty much interviewing everybody I've ever dreamed of interviewing for the most part. And if you do anything long enough, you develop your skill set of interviewing, and I get stories I could tell all night about, you know, great folks that I've met. Some of you guys I've interviewed on the radio. And so you got to have good questions to ask, and that's what this song's all about here. I've done a Google search and the answer wasn't there. Frankly, I don't think these can be answered anywhere. But if I could find some genius who would be up to the task, well, these are the questions that I'd ask. Why do women go to bathrooms in packs? Who jerked the first chicken? What's up with that? If Don Ho ran a brothel, would they call him Don Ho's? Did Ray Charles cut Don King's hair? That's what I want to know. Would Dolly Parton drown if she floated on her back? Oh, these are the questions that I'd ask. Well, sometimes I can't sleep at night when I lay down in bed from unanswered questions that keep running through my head. In my mind, old Einstein says, go ahead, I'll take a crack. And these are the questions that I ask of old Albert. If Adele married a farmer, would there be a farmer in Adele? I'm not going to explain or apologize. What the heck do you see in a Victoria's Secret's half-off sale? Does Indiana have a little package liquor store with a sign that reads, who's your liquor, hanging on the door? Does anybody ever get all the lead out of their pants? Oh, these are the questions that I'd ask. And if the Siamese twins made a record, would some disc jockey play them back to backs? Oh, these are the questions, these silly questions, these are the questions that I'd ask. Thank you very much. Jerry Foster's going to come up here and do like the hit parade, so I'm just going to stick with what I know here, Jerry. This is a hateful music industry song here. They say the thing about comedy, they say, is what makes stuff funny is there's always some truth laced in the middle of it. So, I think there's some truth in this here. See if I can remember this. He got off that smoking trailways, headed straight for Music Row. He'd been singing twang and doing his thing in the bars out in Reno. A little long in the tooth, tobacco stains on his teeth. He was a hell of a singer, arriving on that Nashville scene. Well, that record man tossed his songs in the old recycle bin. He said, look at all them records on my wall gone platinum. Those spiky-haired singers got their guns built in the gym. They can't sing as good as you, but it's easier to look at them. And you can't be ugly and be a star in this town. With CMT and GAC, it ain't always about the sound. You better spike your hair and rip your jeans and let your knees hang out. 'Cause you can't be ugly and be a star in this town. Oh. She been writing hits for others, recorded hundreds of demos. But when it came time for her own deal, she got no thanks, no thanks, no. They said, you're no American Idol girl, the one thing we've come to know. It's easier to fix your voice than it is to fix your crooked nose. And you can't be ugly and be a star in this town. With YouTube and reality shows, it ain't always about the sound. You can round your notes all you want, you can't be that big around. No, you can't be ugly and be a star in this town. Oh. Johnny Cash was alive today. So guys, if you're over 40 and but ugly as can be, write songs like Bob DePiro, Jerry Foster, or me. Ladies, you can lip sync if your lips are collagen. But if the girls start heading south, you better nip and Tanya Tucker them. 'Cause you can't be ugly and be a star in this town. With vocal machines and marketing, it ain't always about the sound. Metro country sexual, hell, that's what's selling now. No, you can't be ugly and be a star in this town. Go ahead and get those braces, kid. We'll see how that turns out. No, you can't be ugly and be a star in this town. No, you can't. No, you can't.
What was the true part of that?
The Metro Country sexual part, I think, so. Yeah. I had a writing appointment one day with myself, and neither one of us had nothing to write about that day. So I kind of fell back upon the old rule that all the great writers have always taught me. Write what you know. Think about something you know something about. And I don't know a whole lot about anything, to tell you the truth, but I've been very blessed to have had a long radio career that combined with songwriting and performing. And I thought, I never really written a song about the radio part of my career. Maybe there's something with that. So I'll do you the song, and I promise you every single line in this song is absolutely true. Probably the most personal thing I've ever written here. So, and I'll tell you, my radio career started in a one-bedroom trailer radio station in Missouri. And Jerry had a radio job, I know, in Missouri too at one time. I'm not lying. It was in a one-bedroom trailer, Bowling Green, Missouri. 1,000 watts of flaming power. The call letters were KPCR and it stood for Cow Pasture Country Radio. And I'm not lying, because if you left the microphone open, you could hear a cow mooing out in the cow pasture. So that's how I got started in radio, and then got lucky and had a great and wonderful major market career. And In 2012, I got a call that blew me away. I was in a songwriting session, in an old radio boss of mine in Indianapolis was on the phone, and I thought he wanted to hire me to go back in the radio. And I said, Charlie, I said, you're not calling to try to hire me again, are you? And he said, no, Bill, he said, it's better than that. He said, and I wanted to be the one to tell you they're going to put you in the Country Radio Broadcast Hall of Fame this year.
All right.
And so, you know, and I'm a kid growing up in Missouri that coming out of honky tonks playing in bands at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, the first thing I would do would be to crank it on 650 AM WSM and hear Ralph Emery do the all-night show. So all these years later, fast forward in my life to be able to have, you know, the pleasure of working at that iconic radio station some now, and have my plaque hung next to Ralph and Bill Mack and people that I idolized as a kid is just surreal. And the night they had the induction ceremony, I've got family scattered all over, and they all came but one brother who was sick. 2 sisters, and my one brother, and my dad who was blind from diabetes. And he sat on the front row that night, so you can, you know, only imagine what it felt like to be able to thank him, you know, from that platform for all that he did for me. And I honestly feel we live in the greatest country in the world, and that, you know, if you live long enough and you work hard enough and you have a little talent to go with it, and you don't give up, sooner or later, they will run out of people to put into a damn Hall of Fame. Now, I'm telling you. This is a business of perseverance. Well, I played Hank, and I played Cash. I drug a needle through the Eagles and a stack of wax. And I'm the butt end of that tired old joke. I got a face for radio. Obituaries and birthdays, well, I've read them both. They cut both ways. And I pimped used cars and sales remotes. Yeah, I got a face for radio, just a voice that some folks like, hiding behind an on-air light. Well, they put my mug on billboard signs. Imagine that. Listen weekday mornings 5 to 9. But when I wouldn't play their damn 10 in a row, they fired my face from the radio, and I made you cry, made you laugh. I've helped you kill time in a traffic jam a whole bunch of times in this city. Now when the towers fell, and then the Pentagon, well, I held your hands on 911. It's election time, get out and vote. PSA face on the radio, just a voice. Some folks lie, hiding behind a blinking on-air light. Yeah, they hung my plaque in a Hall of Fame next to other faces you can't name. But when they look at mine, they'll say, you know, he's got a face for radio. And I'm just fine with that, to tell you the truth. Now if someday it's heaven for me, I hope I'll have a face for WGOD radio.